Just say, look, all I said to Jacinta was, would you consider apologising to the community for making a mistake about the remarks?
Did you say it in that way, or was it perhaps a bit more heated at the time?
No, pretty calm with her and I.
But what about the staff? Because that seemed to have been the issue, that you somehow berated her staff because you weren't able to contact her.
She did raise that with me, and she was upset that I hadn't called her direct, but I called her office and asked to speak to her, and I might have had a 1 to 2 minute conversation with her staff, and I advised her that if she was told that was angry, that wasn't correct, I was ringing to offer help.
So you spoke to this staff member?
About 1 to 2 minutes, yeah.
Right. And what's the misreporting in that it wasn't...
well, she got a version of our conversation that I'd said, look, I told her, I said, that's not what happened. I simply asked for you and, you know, could we get some video from you to share on social media? Because the way to minimise this was to apologise quickly and
So
get
were
it out
you
there.
doing that just in what capacity? You know, did you discuss this with other Liberal Party colleagues and said, well, you know what, I'll call Jacinta and ask her to do that because this has done a lot of damage?
Look, that morning, you've got to remember this was just the morning after the comments. A lot of the metropolitan members with high Indian populations, my community's got them. I've been a former multicultural affairs minister. I'd heard from interstate multicultural leaders. There was a lot of criticism building, and I knew on Thursday that the Labor Party would try and weaponise the comments that Jacinta had made the night before. And that was the point I made to her office. So, look, I explained that to her immediately, and I didn't berate anybody, and I have no, I rang somebody at random and said, can I speak to your boss? However, what I was concerned about when we did catch up, and what I think is important to understand here is, I was of the view an apology would fix this. I was of the view that an apology would fix it quickly, because she didn't mean it. I said to her, I don't think you're a racist person.
She's not apologising. She's just vowed really not to repeat it.
She disagreed with me, and she has disagreed with me, but I've looked at the damage in the community, and there is real damage now on both sides.
Well, what do you want her to do?
I think it would be good for her now, now that she's raised this issue publicly, that she should think about the advice I've given her. On the way in here, I had her supporters emailing me saying, essentially words to the effect of, there's too many Indian people coming to the country. That's bad. She needs to address that. And then I've got members of the Liberal Party, some from Southeast Asian communities and Indian communities, saying we really feel hurt. So the damage is ongoing. So I think if an apology was offered early on and just a quick walk back, that would have helped. But there's still time, and I think the community should hear from her, because I've heard from her and I believe her. She didn't mean these comments. She wasn't being racist. But it came out that way.
The social media posts seem to suggest that you were bullying women.
I'm
did
not
she express
sure.
that to you in that conversation?
No, this is not a gendered issue at all.
Are you targeting women?
No, well, I can't understand how this is a gendered issue.
Are you surprised that Jacinta Price would say that, given her
Well, I don't know what she means. She didn't say I was bullying. She hasn't used that word. She raised a gender issue, but no, I haven't raised any gender issue in relation to this. I've raised the immigration issue and I've raised the race issue, and I can't see how it has a gender perspective. I'm not making that point at all.